Hello, 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 and welcome to Starting the Day the Right Way 5-minute devotion for Saturday, March 27th, 2021. All right, so let's get right into it. Me and my little guy are having a conversation. He's like, Daddy, how do you hear from God? How do you know it's God? And that's an excellent question, right? Adults want to know. And I can only speak from my experience, right? But number one, it definitely is purposeful. It takes time and it takes practice, but it's there. It's there for anyone to have, right? So let's get into a verse and then we'll double back into this. So the verse that God led me today, short verse, and it's so short, I'm going to read it from 3 different versions. Okay, the first version they all come from Luke 5, verse 16. Okay, and this was right after several events happened. According to Luke, in chapter 5, he began calling his disciples, and they had been fishing all night, and they came up with nothing. And Jesus said, throw it over to the other side, right? And then Simon's like, Jesus, I'm a professional fisherman, right? I've been doing this all night. There's nothing here. But because you said it, I'll do it. And then they got a double portion. They needed 2 boats to pick up everything that they had caught, right? Then Jesus ran across a man with leprosy and healed him, right? And then here it is, verse 16, chapter 5, verse 16 says, this is from the NIV, but Jesus often withdrew to the lonely places and prayed, okay? The NLT, or the New Living Translation, puts it this way, but Jesus often withdrew to the wilderness for prayer. Okay. And finally, the Message, I really like the way they put it. As often as possible, Jesus withdrew to out of the way places for prayer. All right. So this tells me a couple of things, right? And I was trying to relay this to my son. First of all, prayer is just conversation with God, right? You're just communing with God, talking to him. Now, there are different types of prayers. There's petition prayers. There's healing prayers. There's thanksgiving prayers. There's interceding prayers. These are all different types of prayers. Certain things you can pray, on the spot. We've all prayed it, Lord, let me get a parking spot close to the doorway of wherever we're going, right? And sometimes it pops up there, sometimes it doesn't. When I was in college, Lord, I'm praying for a parking spot. Up, no parking spot. I guess you don't want me to go to school today, right? So not really, right? There are other prayers which we intercede for, usually attached to finances or health or some sort of situation, the salvation of a person, right? So those are prayers that we are continually interceding and praying for God to intercede specifically in those circumstances. Then there's other times that we're just thanking God. We're taking a look at our lives and we're just thanking him, right? But here's the secret. This was the prayer closet of Jesus, right? The word says, as often as possible, Jesus withdrew to out of the way places. That tells me that Jesus was looking to get alone with his Father with 0 distractions. Okay, so that's a key right there. You need to tune yourself out from everything that's going on inside the world or outside the world, right? Turn off your notifications on your cell phone, maybe turn the volume down. You may have picked up some email notifications on this, and just really focus in and give time to God for him to really speak into your life. Now, for me, okay, I got a family. I have one son who, once he gets up, is full of energy, right? And wants to do, right? And we also have 6 cats. So it's very difficult for me to find that quiet time, which is why I got to get up early in the morning. Okay. And there are other mornings I need to get up earlier because I have the need and the desire and the feel to spend more time, or that I'm just really pressing in for an answer for something from God. Right. So I think these are very important points that we all have to take into consideration. And if we take a look at the example that Jesus set, okay, when he was going about his day, many of his miracles happened immediately. Right. Some of them, 1 or 2 of them, right, they were delayed. Right. There was one specific time where someone couldn't see and Jesus wiped some mud on his eyes. And the response of the guy was, I see things, chattels like trees moving. And then Jesus did it again. Okay. Because there are incremental healings. There are miraculous healings and there are incremental healings. Okay. So these are different things, okay? There was another time where the disciples came back and said, Jesus, we couldn't get rid of these demons. Why? Jesus said, because these come out through prayer and fasting, right? So it was during those times of prayer that Jesus got alone, that he was basically out of the flesh and in the spirit. So we got to find that spirit place where we are really pressing into God, and just everything is aligned vertically between you and God, and you're hearing directly from him, specifically from him, directions from him on what to do, how to handle a situation. And then as we go about our days, because we've spent that time, God gives some downloads, at least to me, through my experience, gives me some downloads throughout the day. Talk to this one over here, say this to that over there, pray into this situation, okay? But it's just not going to fall like the rain falls, okay? It has to be purposeful, okay? So if you want more of a mighty move of God in your life, set time aside. God wants more of a relationship with you. He wants to be talking to you more, right? That's all prayer is. All right. So dig into this small verse, take a look at it, see what it speaks to you. It's speaking a lot to me today. All right. Have a great day. God bless.